Here's a list of things that other influencers do that I absolutely hate. And before you say you're an influencer, why are you saying this about other influencers? Well, one, I wouldn't do any of these things, and two, neither would the people I associate with. Also, don't we love? Number one, influencers who are chronically online. This is a vitamin C brightening serum by Avon Anu. By chronically online, I mean that their online personality is their only personality. More often than not, when I'm at events, people have nothing else to talk about other than social media. Yes, I'm a firm believer in loving your career. I love mine. But if all you can talk to me about is algorithms, video views, you can recall some of my videos from weeks ago, I personally just don't want to talk to you. There is so much more to life than your job, your career. You're allowed to have things outside of social media. It makes people less relatable and personally not fun to talk to. Number two, the influencers that turn tragic events into tea. Somebody else's misfortune or tragic event is not gossip. It's a fucking tragedy. Also by Avon Anu, this is a vitamin C illuminating priming moisturizer. I think this one came to top of mind because of the murders that happened in Idaho. The amount of people on this app that I've seen talk about celebrity gossip now talk about the murders as if they're a part of some tea in the tabloids. People died, people lost their children, friends, sisters, brothers, and you're just using that tragic story to gain views. Stick to talking about the Kardashians, please. It's weird. It's weird. It's one thing to be passionate about it and follow the case, but these people were just taking the headlines and making them into tea and starting it with like, you'll never believe this update. Shut the fuck up. People died. Number three, people who complain about receiving PR. Do I need to go on? If you receive PR, you are privileged. If you don't want the PR, give it away. Tell the PR companies you don't want it and to give it to somebody else. Donate it. Complaining about PR is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. Point blank in the period, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Next, I have this under eye cream. It's also vitamin C. The label came off because I use it all the time. Next up, we have gatekeeping of any kind. I just feel like as content creators, as influencers, as people who have followers who want to be content creators, it's just up to us to give people the tips and tools they need to succeed. We are a network. That's just one thing. Personally, I've been with other content creators, and when we're at events, we all have different lenses of what's going on. And I love to share content. I love to send videos of things that they might not have gotten. I love to receive videos of things I might not have gotten. But the amount of times there have been creators who refused to send content or said they would and never did, or sent the content with a watermark on it, is ridiculous. Stop gatekeeping. I do not consider Amazon storefronts gatekeeping. I consider that another form of income for someone who has a different type of content. That's not gatekeeping. Go support their Amazon storefront. They get commission, etc. It's one thing to use a product and not tell someone. That's pure gatekeeping. But it's another to use it and tell someone to find it in a link and then they make commission. It's not that serious. You're finding the product anyway. Using a moisture therapy chapstick. The next one, I'm not sure if I made this word up, but niche baiting. Sorry, I can't talk while I'm doing this. But what I mean by niche baiting is people who see other types of niches getting views and getting followers and getting brand deals, and then acting like they are an expert in that niche when they are clearly not. There are so many creators who have gone into skincare, into beauty, into fashion, who have only done that type of content and are truly experts in that field. But now, I'm not against other people going into those niches. I'm against people jumping right into those niches and acting like they know better than everybody else. Lastly, for skin, I'm using this Anu SPF Daily Beauty Defense. This is the first time I've ever put SPF on after skincare. Next, superiority complex. How do I open this? Followers, views, all that shit does not make you better than anybody. I'm just gonna put it right there. Don't be an asshole. Be nice to everybody you work with, and be nice to everybody you meet. Lack of social cues. Some people in this world have not had a normal conversation in their entire life. And by that, I mean they lack a sense of what reality is. Not knowing how to talk to people, not knowing how to act in a social situation. Yes, sometimes that could be social anxiety, completely different. There's a difference when you're talking to someone who has social anxiety and you can tell they're having a little bit of a harder time versus someone who has never had a genuine conversation and asked somebody else about themselves. Whenever I talk to people at an event or anything I go to, I want to know about them. Not about their content, about them. Where do they come from? What are their favorite things to do that aren't content? What is it? Do they have a dog? Simple shit like that. Whereas all these other people are like, are you going to Fashion Week this year? No, the fuck I'm not. Oh, is the algorithm working for you? I don't fucking care. This may all sound rude, but in reality, it's just be a normal human. We're taking the cat off. I also think too, a lot of influencers forget that they're lucky to be doing content as your job. You're lucky to have your life as your job. This is the magic spell by Curl Cult. I use it to curl my hair. It reactivates curls. Last one, which I've been seeing a lot lately, desperation and doing anything for views. This is the moisturizing curl cream that I got from Curl Cult as well. This could mean many different things, but for me, saying anything and everything you can to get a view. And half the time it bites these people in the ass because they will say so many things. They're like, it's just controversial. No. Have you guys seen Knives Out, The Glass Onion, where basically the detective is like, are you sure you just have a strong opinion or are you just dumb? Basically is what he says. I don't know the exact quote, but that's a lot of you. You'll say anything to get a view, not realizing that you sound completely ignorant to the world around you. Overall, I support other content creators. I think a lot of the people I know are very fantastic people, but there are still so many creators who are out of touch with reality, and it ruins it for everybody else. Be a good human, learn how to talk to people, have a life outside of what you do. Yes, your life may be your content, but let's go on a hike and not talk about things like that. Let's go to dinner and not have to bring up video views. At the end of the day, if you're not having fun, then what the fuck are you doing?